Welcome to the Retro Gamer 365, where we are gaming every day, and today we are looking at the game Dimension. I am Professor Stu, and I honestly had never seen this game before. I saw it and bought it, but I was excited about it. If you ever use a Kosmos product, you'll know they're very high quality. Kosmos is a German gaming company. They make the Exit line of escape rooms, which we'll do a review on some of those soon too, because they're awesome. And so this one is steel sealed. So let me go ahead and break this plastic wrap and we'll get to it. And so it reads, the spherical, stackable, fast-paced puzzle game. So from that you can guess that they're using balls and you have to stack something. So on the back here it reads, Dimension is a fast-paced, innovative puzzle game that takes place in 3 dimensions with 60 colorful spheres. All the players play at the same time. Everybody tries to position the spheres on their trays to earn as many points as possible. The task cards indicate how the spheres must be placed to earn points. For example, exactly 2 orange spheres must be on the tray, black and blue must touch each other, and blue must not touch white. That sounds really complex. Complete these tasks while racing against the time and prove to your opponents that you are the master of multi-dimensional thinking. Already I can think of a lot of people that will not do well with this game because they don't like geometry. But we will see. And so it actually has a thing here. It's very particular to Kosmos games. And so you have this little bar right here. And in it, it has players 1 to 4, ages 8 and up, playtime 30 minutes, and then game attributes of strategy, luck, logic, and quick thinking. And so these are on every single one of their escape rooms and tell you what you really need to focus on in order to get through it. Basically, none of the escape rooms have anything for luck. And so if you plan on being lucky, you're going to die in the escape room. That's the way it works. But in this one, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, luck does not have a part to do with it, though, if you're trying to fulfill certain requirements. So it is a decent quality box on here. It's very thick, but it already has some damage to it, even through the plastic wrap. So it could be just from them being not careful at Barnes & Noble, which that doesn't surprise me. But it's scratched up there, so... And so here are the instructions, and they're a rather large sheet, but it's only 4 pages equivalent. But in here, it has a game overview, preparation, and list of the components, and then it has the instructions for gameplay and card types. So I like it from what I see already that it has a thing here saying what the card types are, and so it goes through and says all 7 types. It says them listed there and on the next part of the page. But then it has this part right here, which is very important. If task cards contradict each other. I can't tell you how many board games I've seen where you're supposed to follow directions regardless of what they say on the card, and then you find 2 that contradict each other, and that does not help anything. So I'm very glad that it has directions here on how to deal with it when they contradict each other. I don't know how often it will. But we have these boards. So obviously part of these are the game boards. And like there's one of them. And here's one of those card things. And then a whole bunch of little other things, which I don't really honestly know what they do. Like this card here says, orange must not be on top of any spheres. Orange must not be underneath any spheres. There must be more orange than black. The sum of orange and blue must be exactly 4. So obviously, if orange must not be on top of any spheres and must not be underneath any spheres, then that means it can only be in a single layer. But you could take that as contradictory based upon how it looks, if you have to have more than one. I don't know how it works in reality, so we'll find out. And so here's another one. This one's pretty much the same, what I can tell. Except it has 2 20s instead of a 10 right here. And it says V2 on it. So this one I presume is V3. Yeah. And it looks pretty much the same as the first one. Except it has little 50 logos down here instead. I have no idea these points are. At least I presume they're for point keeping. And then V4. I would have liked to see some different color in the game boards instead of them all being green, but that's what you get for thinking. And so we have right here 12 felt pads. I have no idea what these are for. My guess is they're probably to lift the game board up so they have some spacing to stick the balls on, because they have little knockout holes in them. You see right here that comes out, and so I presume that you probably have to put the little felt pads on the back to lift it up so the ball can sit on it. I don't know yet. We'll find out. And so here are the balls. There are 2 bags of balls here. We have white, blue, and black in one. And these balls are plastic. They're 2-part balls, and they have some little seaming lines on here. And it has a pour mark here from where it was on a tree, like a model is. So they seem pretty high quality. Although most balls like this will break in half if you hit them hard enough on something. So I wouldn't recommend pelting people with these, even though it can be fun. So there's a lot of those little balls. Big bag of them there. And then we have green, orange, and more black in this one. That's a lot of balls. And then there is a timer here. So I'm guessing that you have to keep track of your time in doing these and figuring it out. Which I suppose that makes sense. If you're all going at the same time, then you have a limited amount of time to work with as you're playing through. And hourglass is always fun. So like with many other games, these cards are not put together with a nice pull tab to open them. I'm not a fan of that, as you know if you watched any of the videos I've already done. But it's not really a big deal in the long run. It's just irritating having to cut open a package like that because you risk damaging the cards. And so these cards are really small. Now, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, you know those cards are small compared to normal size cards. But these are even smaller than that. These are about the same size as the cards from, yeah, that one. The board game where I had to find the faces. I can't remember what it is at the moment. But that one. If you remember what it is, you can put a comment in the video below. Or the comments down below. And so, it has a card and it shows a blue and an orange. This one has a blue and a green. They have a black and a green. And then, right here, this is an orange not above. I'm guessing that's an any sphere based upon the picture. And then blue not over. Yeah, not over. Any sphere. And then any sphere not over an orange one. So it makes sense how these are written out. And then like that, no white touching blue. Okay, I understand that. Picture works well for that. I don't know how you're supposed to draw them yet though. I'm sure that's in the instructions. Then we have some numbered colors that are like 1, and then blue, orange, green, black, white, all ones. And then there's a blue, orange, green, black, white with 2 on them. So I'm guessing this says that you're supposed to have 1 or 2 of these balls in your design. And then here's one with 2 orange ones touching. Same blue, green, black, white. So I guess that's part of the instructions. And then a not touching for the same thing. Orange, blue, green, black, and white. And then there are 4 here of an orange and blue ball. So I guess that means you have to 4 combination orange and blue. And the same thing with black and green, blue and green, black and white, white and orange. So it makes sense. I can't really think of a better way to design these to show that. But then you have this one, and so if you failed algebra, you're not gonna like this one. And so this is an orange is greater than black one. And so you have to have more orange ones than black ones. And you have the same thing with black and blue here, blue and white, white and green, and then green and orange. So these are really simple designs. I'm impressed that they convey the information necessary with that little words in there. And so I think that's pretty good. So the one complaint I can see about the packaging here is that the packaging fits everything very nicely in here, very secure. when they're all together in these boards. But once we take all these boards out and everything's just loose in here, there's nothing to keep these things down when you stand this box up. So we have the big box slot here, and it's going to have the main board game in here. And then when we set these up here, everything's just going to fall forward. That's not very good for putting on a bookcase, which is the going theme right now for boxes like this, is you want them to be able to be stacked on a bookcase. But it's not stacked horizontally, it's vertically. And so you have the instructions here, and they cover across the entire plastic insert, but they're not going to hold the balls in place. So I don't like that very much, but the game looks like it'll be very entertaining. Looks like it could be very well done, and I'll let you know how it goes when we have a video for playing it. So if you want to watch more videos about great board games and video games, card games, whatever type of game it is, just subscribe and hit that like button. And have a good day. Bye.